He could transform his body into any material he touched and take on the properties of that substance. As a horde of enemies closed in, Crusher ripped off a copper chain and clutched it in his hand. In the next second, his body slowly turned brass-colored. Yet mid-fight, a gunman in the distance fired without warning, and a taser round struck Crusher, knocking him unconscious instantly. When he woke up again, he was trapped inside a glass prison where escape seemed nearly impossible. But the guards had no idea about Crusher's powers. They turned around and found him gone without a trace. The two guards hurried over to the glass cell with their guns drawn, typed in the passcode, and opened the door to check inside. But Crusher hadn't vanished at all. He'd simply morphed his body into glass. After breaking out, Crusher merged with a wall, sneaking into the enemy's inner sanctum undetected. The woman had just opened the box containing the orb of Abraxas, the very reason Crusher had come here. He seized the chance to launch a surprise attack on her. Enraged, the woman tried to make him feel the orb's power, but unexpectedly, she was racked with sudden agonizing pain as the orb petrified her palm. Crusher stared in shock and had no choice but to flee temporarily. When the woman's teammates arrived, they helped her into the car and sped toward the hospital, but by then her arm had already lost all sensation.
Cut it off.
Knowing full well there was no time to spare, she ordered them to cut it off. Left with no other option, they performed an amputation right there in the moving car. Meanwhile, Crusher suddenly appeared in the middle of the road and touched the ground, turning his body into solid concrete. Seeing the petrified, severed arm on the pavement, Crusher finally figured out how to handle the Abyssalisk. He touched a car tire, his hand morphing into rubber instantly, then picked up the obelisk from the ground. But he'd still underestimated the obelisk's power. Less than a day later, his arm began to fester and mutate. A waitress walked over to check on him, then forced herself to stay calm and walked away. But Crusher's face was edged with worry. Moments later, a blood-curdling scream rang out. When the FBI arrived at the scene, the woman's body had been completely petrified.